Okay, so these are your 5.4 video notes. I'm not going exactly in order, so I think you all can do this. Make sure what's on the video matches your notes. Okay, so this is, like I said, 5.4. Okay, you can do it. So this is very similar to what we were doing yesterday. The only difference is we have a variable. So you can see right here that there is a variable instead of a number. So we are going to create an algebraic equation to solve. So just like we did before, we cross multiply. So we have 3 times 6, and that equals 4 times u. See how we cross multiplied? These two right here, these two right here. Now we don't know what u is, so we are going to solve for u just like we did in chapter 3 and chapter 4. So first we do 6 times 3, which is 18. 4 times u, which is 4u. Now we want to get u by itself, so we undo our division. So we undo our multiplication. We have 4 times u by dividing both by 4. 18 divided by 4 is 4.5. And since we divided by 4 over here, we are simply left with u. All right, let's look at another example. So first thing that we have to do is set up our equation by cross multiplying. So we have 4 times h, that equals 4h. And we have 13 times 12 right over here. Cross multiplication. 13 times 12 equals 156. And 4 times h equals 4h. Perfect. Now we can see that we have multiplication, so we undo our multiplication with division. So 4 divided by 4 and 156 divided by 4. We are simply left with h here, and 156 divided by 4 is 39. So we know h is equal to 39, okay? If you can see in your notes, you can see you have 2 example problems. I want you to pause the video and try them by yourself. I suggest using pencil in case you have to fix any errors. Okay, time to check your work. So the first thing that we do, we can see here, we cross multiply, and that leaves us with 7 times 8 equals 10 times x. Next, we take our next step. 7 times 8 is equal to 56, and 10 times x is equal to 10x. Now, we want to undo our multiplication by dividing, so we divide both sides by 10, and that leaves us with 5.6 equals x, because 56 divided by 10 is 5.6. Okay, let's look at the next example. So the first thing we do always is cross multiply. You can see I've set that up here. So the first one we have is 3 times y, and that equals 9 times 17. 3 times y is equal to 3y. 9 times 17 is equal to 153. To undo our multiplication, we divide. So we divide both sides by 3, and we are simply left with y equals 51. And that is how you use proportions to solve and find an unknown. And next slide, you're going to figure out why that's important. Okay, these are your 5.3 notes. So you are going to have to go back a page to 5.3. I know you can do it. It says 5.3. And also, I'm doing example 2, not example 1. So make sure that you're on example 2, 5.3 notes. All we're doing for this section is setting up our equation, because in order to find our unknown, we have to know how to set it up. You already learned in the last part of this video how to solve for the unknown. Now we're just going to practice setting it up. Okay, so first we need to figure out what we're comparing here. You buy 3 shirts for $24. So we're comparing shirts to dollars. So the first thing I'm going to do is write that down. Okay, set it up as a ratio, shirts to dollars. Okay, so how many shirts? We can easily see here we have 3 shirts for $24. Okay, and I've highlighted so you can see what goes with what here. Okay, so 3 shirts for $24. Now it's asking us to write a proportion, which we've already started, that gives the cost of buying 7 shirts. We don't know the cost, so that is going to be our X. Okay, listen carefully. Listen. This is very important. Important. If you can see here, I put my X on the bottom. The reason I did it is because my dollars are on the bottom, okay? So everything that has to do with dollars has to stay on the bottom. Everything that has to do with shirts stays on the top. If you reverse them, you're not going to find the proportion. You're just going to find something weird, okay? So dollars are on the bottom. It says, what is the cost? We don't know, but we do know how many shirts. So you see my shirts row. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put a 7 here, maybe. I'm going to put a 7 here because it is 7 shirts. Again, you can see I set up my proportion, shirts to dollars. I know I got 3 shirts for $24, but now I want to know how much it's going to cost if I have 7 shirts. Shirts, dollars. Okay, now you are going to try this one on your own. So pause the video, try it on your own, and then compare it to my answer. I'm not going to go through this, so just look at the answer. If you don't get it, come ask me a question. Okay, so your proportion should have looked like this. The reason you need to... This is important information to know for the future because you are going to be buying things and you are going to try to figure out the costs so you don't go up to the register and don't have enough money and look like an idiot. Nobody wants that. So pay attention. You're welcome.